Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to News Dose. So, Xbox just announced a shocking partnership today for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate that opens them up for millions upon millions of more potential subscribers. I'd say at the very least here, this opens up the door for them and expands their reach in a major way. Now, I will say, though, that I think this is a very surprising partner. I certainly was not expecting this myself, really on both sides of the coin. And even beyond that, I still think that Xbox needs to improve on their end to really capitalize on this situation. So we're going to get into all of that here in just a second. Now, I do also want to talk about a Nintendo controversy as well, though, and then also some interesting news for Ubisoft. If you like the Assassin's Creed franchise, then, yeah, you might like this update. So do stay tuned for all of that. But let's just go and get right into this Xbox partnership and what exactly all of this means. So what's happening here is that they just announced they're partnering up with Amazon, and that Xbox Gaming is heading over to Amazon Fire TV. You can see here where they said, in July, the Xbox app will be available on the Fire TV Stick 4K Max and Fire TV Stick 4K. For people new to console gaming, or for those that's looking for another way to play, it's a great low-cost, convenient, and portable option to enjoy a huge library of incredible games. Now, I'd say the first thing to kind of keep in mind here is that this is specifically for cloud games. Now, if you do have Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, you're already going to have access to a lot of cloud games that way. But this is not for local games. You're still going to need an Xbox console for something like that. But, I mean, even still, this is the ultimate mission for cloud-based gaming, to expand gaming and to put core games on any and every screen possible. That's why there's so much potential when it comes to cloud gaming, and it's why a lot of companies believes that it's the future. It expands the reach of gaming in such a vast way. And that's kind of been the issue for Xbox up to this point. We talked about this in yesterday's video. Xbox hasn't really had a lot of success with Xbox Cloud Gaming. Phil Spencer, during the FTC trial, said that they majorly cut back on cloud game funding. And we've also learned that they even canceled their Xbox Cloud console. Apparently, they couldn't get the price down quite enough. But that's also, I'd say, where this Amazon partnership comes in. Unlike Xbox, Amazon already has their own streaming solution, one that's very affordable, and they also have a huge established user base. Fire TV has been a very successful device, and that's the thing here, because there was never really a guarantee that the canceled Xbox Cloud console would have had success. By making a console like that, there was a risk involved for Microsoft. So I'd say on the side of Xbox, this kind of solves their problems. It's basically what they wanted to do with their own streaming console, but by doing it this way, it lowers their risk because they don't have to make and sell their own device. And now instead, with Fire TV, they have an immediate and expansive user base that they can work with. Now, I am a little bit surprised that Amazon is going along with all this just because they already have their own first-party gaming subscription service, being Amazon Luna. Now, I will say that I don't really know if Luna has been, as successful as they were originally hoping for, so maybe that's why they have an open mind to put Game Pass on their device, because this is, a big inclusion for them as well. I'd say, if anything, on their end, this will expand their reach to hardcore gamers. And, we've known for a while that Amazon has wanted to break into the hardcore gaming market. So despite Amazon owning Luna, I think this move could actually be equally beneficial for both Xbox and Amazon. Though I will say, a lot of this is also going to rely on the execution from Xbox. Clearly, this move will put Xbox Game Pass in front of a lot of people. There's no doubt about it. There's a lot of potential with this move. But I also have to say that retention is going to be just as important for them. And if Xbox wants to retain subscribers from Amazon, they still need to improve the quality of their Xbox cloud streaming service. I mean, Xbox Game Pass is an amazing subscription service. They have so many great games in there, and they consistently put interesting games on it on a monthly basis. But I can also say firsthand for myself that I have played a few games through Xbox Cloud Streaming from beginning to end, and I can tell you right away, and I think most people who's tried it can also attest to this, it's not perfect. The picture quality specifically, I think, still needs a lot of improvement on their end, and then so too does the latency. Xbox has been slow to improve Xbox Cloud Gaming these past few years, which I think a lot of that comes from the lack of success, which has caused them to lower their cloud gaming budget, which Phil Spencer alluded to. But if anything else here, this partnership could maybe change that. Maybe this will kickstart some of those improvements that fans have wanted to see. Let me know what you all think about all of this, though. Do you think that this move will give Xbox Game Pass a big boost in subscribers? And also, do you think that we will start to see more improvements to their cloud gaming service with this move? Let me hear your opinions in the comments below. Now, let's go talk about Nintendo, though, because they just announced the price tag for their Nintendo Direct games that they just announced. This is for Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, Mario and Luigi Brotherhood, Mario Party Jamboree, and then also for Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. Now, these all look like great games, but the price tag is, going to be a bit of a question here because each one of these games are set at $60 a piece, which I think most fans are fine with, except for one game specifically being Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. This one sticks out being an HD remaster that we've already seen on 2 different consoles, both of which launched at actually a cheaper price. The Wii version launched at $50, and then the 3DS version was $40. So, a lot of people are really questioning the price tag for the Switch version, and, I think that's fair and also a consistent critique that we've seen throughout, I'd say, really the entire generation, whether that be with Zelda Skyward Sword HD or even Luigi's Mansion 2 HD, which just released today. A lot of fans feel like these remasters / remakes should come in at a cheaper price. And I think what makes this situation even worse is that Nintendo is just completely inconsistent with their price tags. I mean, look at something like Metroid Prime Remastered as one such example. That's more in line with a remake. And if there was any game here that I would pay $60 for, that would have been one. Yet it was $40, which was surprisingly very fair coming from Nintendo. Then you have other games like Mario vs. Donkey Kong, and that was at a higher price, being $50, or even Advance Wars, which was $60. I think both of those games would have probably sold better at a cheaper price. So I am with fans on this one. I do feel like the prices should be a little bit lower for these remasters, but at the end of the day, I think Nintendo has kind of learned here that they can just get away with it. They can easily pump these games out for whatever price they want, and they're going to sell like hotcakes. And okay, that's perfectly fine. Nintendo is doing what's best for their business. I can't really fault them for it if fans go out and buy it in droves at full price. What I will say, though, is that if you want this to change, and if you feel like the price is too high for these games, then vote with your wallet. That doesn't mean you don't have to buy it. You can just wait for a discount. Don't buy into FOMO as soon as they release and just kind of wait it out, because that's how you send a message to these companies. One thing that you so often see in gaming is like this tribalism where they latch on to these platform makers and they just, they go to bat for them no matter what they do. But at the end of the day, these companies are not our friends. The one thing that they listen to is money. And if they see that their games aren't selling at that full price tag, well, then they might actually consider lowering it for their next remaster. As consumers, we do have some power. We just have to kind of vote with our money. So, do what you want here. It's your money at the end of the day. But let me know what you all think about all this. Do you think the pricing for Donkey Kong Country Returns HD is too high, or do you think it's fair? I want to hear your opinion on this because I've definitely heard some differing things about this. So let me hear what you all think about this in the comments below. Now, one last thing before I go. If you're a longtime Assassin's Creed fan, then you're probably going to be pretty happy about this. Ubisoft just confirmed they are going to revisit older Assassin's Creed games to give them the remake treatment. This is specifically from their CEO, and you can see here where he said, firstly, players can be excited about some remakes, which will allow us to revisit some of the games that we've created in the past and to modernize them. There are worlds in some of our older Assassin's Creed games that are still extremely rich. Now, this is actually not the first time that we've heard something like this. If you remember right, last year, there was actually a leak that claimed a Black Flag remake is in development, which, first off, that's a great game. It's a fan favorite, and I think a lot of Assassin's Creed fans would be very happy about that. But the way this quote comes off to me is that there will be more than just Black Flag. He went on to say that they want Assassin's Creed to release more regularly. And I think with that in mind, what they're doing here is that they're taking a page out of Capcom's book and what they do with the Resident Evil series. Capcom has had a lot of success by bringing back those classic Resident Evil games, all while developing brand new titles as well. So I think that's what Ubisoft wants to do with the Assassin's Creed franchise as well. I wouldn't be surprised at all if we also get remakes for Assassin's Creed 1, Assassin's Creed 2, and also Brotherhood as well. Now, personally, I think Assassin's Creed 2 and Brotherhood are the two best entries in the entire franchise. Let me know if you disagree with that, but if you do, you're wrong. I'm just going to say that right now. No, I'm just joking. But, I'd be all for if they do remake those games. But one way or the other, by all means, it definitely seems like Ubisoft is going all in on the Assassin's Creed franchise, maybe even more than usual. It's not like we have to usually wait all that long to get a new Assassin's Creed game, but go ahead and throw in these remakes, and we're going to see even more regular releases, as their CEO mentioned here. Anyways, though, that's going to be it for this episode, but if you like these daily gaming news updates, do make sure to hit that subscribe button, and until next time, peace out.